Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Strategy Game Podcast. And we're going to get right to it. So, what we're talking about today is really treating yourself like a client. And this is one of our guest blogger, Jean Roberts, her post. And I just loved it so much because a lot of us really forget to treat ourselves like a client. And that means really investing in ourselves and in our own businesses to make sure that we have everything that we need for success. So, number one, making our strategy work a priority. And number two, celebrating our successes. So, I know for us at the Marketing Engine in our team meetings, we are calling out the good things of the week and celebrating successes and progress together. But then we're also making sure that we're building out what we need to be able to continue to drive the strategy forward. And we have to make that space as business owners and creators and entrepreneurs and nonprofit founders. So this is really about that. So it's just how many times do you look at the clock? It's the end of the day and you focused all your time on putting out fires or handling calls or cranking through your to-do list. And once again, you have put off strategy work that you know you need to do for your own business, right? And so we constantly say we take care of everybody else, right? But then when it comes to ourselves, where is that time? And so really for the type of growth that is possible when we focus on our own strategy, we can skyrocket the power of our business and amplify our impact if we are willing to set aside the time and if we're disciplined enough. So this takes willingness, it takes recognition, and it also takes discipline. So the discipline of being able to put your desktop on do not disturb, or put away, exit Slack, exit messages on your desktop. And the first thing you do before you even check your emails or sit down to start cranking through that to-do list is doing the thing that moves the needle forward on your business. And even if you said, I'm going to do this one time a week, for an hour or 3 times a week for 30 minutes. And I'm going to set a timer and go through a work sprint on this. You would make tremendous progress, more than you think, because 30 minutes undistracted is like 2 hours of time when you're being pulled in different directions. So I have written entire strategy frameworks in 30 minutes uninterrupted. So it's really, really possible. And I would highly encourage you to do it. So, what we need as well to really encourage us to keep doing this is accountability. So accountability shows up in the form of masterminds, which we have, the Strategy Game Mastermind, and that is what encourages us to keep moving the needle forward. It also shows up in other ways, just through relationships, key friendships, people that we've identified that we can check in with to hold each other accountable and say, hey, how are you doing on that? Have you worked on your strategy lately? Or, maybe you set a timer in your phone as an alarm that goes off that reminds you that you need to do this. And I think we don't make it a priority until we fully connect it with the impact and the why of what we're doing, right? So even ourselves, we may know this subconsciously, but we have to bring it to the forefront. We have to bring it to the conscious mind in order for it to really move the needle for us and create the impact that it needs to create. So every 30 minutes you set aside, how much more could that move the needle forward for your business? How much more could that amplify your impact and your ultimate why of what you're doing? Right? So when we think of it in terms of that, then it becomes probably the number one priority and the thing that we should be doing with our days first. So these are some of the questions that we ask in our masterminds. What did you accomplish since we last spoke a month ago? What are your upcoming goals, and what hurdles are in the way, or what problems are you trying to solve? Number 3 is the most important to me. So number 1 and 2 are great because they get you to reflect on what you've done, how you've spent your time. And my planner that I use, the Passion Planner, actually has this built in. It's so cool. Like every month, I see the questions and it's like 5 or 6 questions that I can journal through built into my planner. And it basically is an evaluation of how you spent your time this past month. And every time I do take the time to answer it, it's really revealing to me of the things that I spent too much time on and the things that I need to do more of. So I would say that just evaluating your time is like super powerful. So those first 2 questions, to have to answer them in a group setting when you find you don't even have time to think, but when you're in a group setting and it's forcing you to, it's a gift. And then number 3, the hurdles in your way. We don't often stop and think about the hurdles in our way. Um, we can think about our roadblocks or problems we're trying to solve. But when we think about hurdles, it encourages us to unpeel the layers of the onion. So we talk a lot about at Storywork the 5 whys framework, and this really is the process of peeling the onion. So what is the roadblock, right? I can't get new customers. Okay, well, why? Well, because no one just seems to be coming in. The market just COVID hit and people aren't buying. Okay, well, why? Well, okay, let's drill down to your website, or let's look at your funnel, or what's underlying that, or what do you need to recognize or see in your customer group that you haven't seen yet, and they feel like they're not being seen or known or heard, right? So when we ask the question why 5 times, we really unpack the layers and we're able to get still in that and recognize the hurdles, then we're able to create a plan that directly addresses those issues. And that to me is the gold. That's pulling out or extracting the gold. And that is what strategy is all about. And so the more we can consistently do that, the more we are going to move the needle forward. So that process, right, getting the accountability, evaluating your time, paired with drilling down on the hurdles, paired with creating the white space time you need to do it first and to work on those strategy elements, that's implementation and execution, are what every business needs to do. And if you're not doing it, you need to join one of our masterminds. If you're not doing it, you need to go through the strategy masterclass, our e-course, and get clear on the hurdles, right? There are plenty of tools that we have to help you do this important strategy work. So I'll drop those links in the show notes for you. And as always, reach out to us with any questions because we want to help you amplify your impact.